Good afternoon, and welcome to the 2021 Hall of Fame. I'm Greg Mosier, and I have the privilege to serve as president of Kansas City, Kansas Community College. Thank you for joining us today to pay tribute and recognize this year's inductees. We are so honored and pleased to welcome each and every one of you here today. First, congratulations to the class of 2020-2021 Hall of Fame inductees. This annual event is a time-honored KCKCC tradition. Each year, we look forward to recognizing the prestigious class of educators and community leaders being inducted into the Hall of Fame. With the pandemic, if you would have asked me a year ago if we would be holding today's event virtually, I believe my answer would have been a resounding no. However, as all of you know so well, this has been a year like no other in the last 100 years. It has been a year of trials and tribulations, and in not as many situations as we would have wished, triumphant victories for those who beat the COVID-19 virus. Our hearts and prayers go out to individuals and families who lost loved ones during this time. But as human beings, we are resilient, and we will continue to come together, collaborate, care for one another, and do what's necessary to make this year better than last and next year better than this. For our sponsors, donors, volunteers, trustees, and foundation board members, you understand what I'm saying because this is how you live your life every day. You purposefully make a difference in the lives of those around you and for those you will never even know. For that and for your dedication and support of our students, who are most often those in our community with the greatest need, I, the college, and the KCKCC Foundation say thank you. Thank you for your generosity of financial and other methods of support. With your generous support, many of our students would not be able to afford to be students, especially in the midst of a global pandemic. And thank you and congratulations to our students. You have dedicated yourself to your education and persevered through this most unprecedented and ever-challenging year. We are all inspired by your level of commitment, stick-to-itiveness, and grit you will continue to show and demonstrate daily. Keep this level of fortitude in your life, and there is nothing that you cannot achieve. On a daily basis, our students provide the motivation for us to do what we need to do and hold true to the college mission to inspire individuals and enrich our community one student at a time. And speaking of inspiration, how many of you are as inspired as I am tasting the delicious dishes prepared by our talented students in KCKCC's Culinary Arts program? Wow, it's so delicious. I can't see you shaking your heads up and down right now, but I know you are. I want to take a moment to share some great news about our culinary program as well, as it was recently the recipient of the 2021 American Technical Education Association Outstanding Technical Program Award. So congratulations to Chef Richard McPeak, the faculty, and the students in the Culinary Arts program. I'm so proud of the work all of our faculty and staff have done this last year. Everyone pulled together during difficult times and times when it was unknown whether we would be open or closed week by week. But we put in place a very strong safety plan and protocols, and I am proud to state wherever I have the opportunity, KCKCC was the first college in the KC metro area to reopen on May 18th, 2020. With reduced staffing, KCKCC began to offer face-to-face assistance needed so much by the students and the community that we serve. Since the summer of 2020, KCKCC has offered a mix of online, virtual, and yes, face-to-face classes for our students. And we have done so safely and without any major spread at the college. We continue to offer a full mix of classes, and we will continue to add more face-to-face classes as we begin summer and fall 2021. KCKCC is dedicated to continue our excellence in many new ways in the future. Recently breaking ground with one of our executive level sponsors with us today, Conco Construction, KCKCC is building a 260-bed, 105,000 square feet, beautiful student housing facility that will rival any housing complex at a 2 or 4-year college or university. Kansas City, Kansas Community College is also in the middle of a $60 million capital campaign to fund the building of a KCKCC Downtown Community Education Center. This is a truly collaborative project working with community partners to bring education and wraparound services to the heart of the urban core in KCK. And we have many other projects on the horizon. So yes, the future is bright for Kansas City, Kansas Community College and the community we serve. And your continued support for the college and our students is key to our future success. Your generosity bloomed over the last year, and we want to say thank you. 74% of KCKCC students rely on financial aid or some form of scholarship support. Last year, you provided 470 students with foundation scholarships. This is remarkable. Thank you. And as we wrap up, I just want to remind you that the Hall of Fame event is the single and only fundraising event for the exclusive benefit of our Students Scholarship Fund. We appreciate your support of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So thanks again for joining us, and I hope you enjoy the event.
Thank you so much, Dr. Mosier. And yes, things do look a little different this year. And while we are all missing out on that opportunity to see each other face to face, our virtual world has really created the opportunity for us to open up our Hall of Fame doors to all of our alumni and friends across the country, across the globe. If you can, please drop a hello in the chat and let us know where you're watching from, your class year, or how you are connected to KCKCC. As many of you know, the Hall of Fame is our largest fundraising event to support the KCKCC Student Scholarship Fund. We would like to thank some of our amazing sponsors who helped change the lives of KCKCC students. Our executive sponsors, Conco Construction and Security Bank of Kansas City. Leader sponsors, J.E. Dunn Construction, MVP Law, PG/AV Architects. Partner level sponsors, Bank of Labor, Bucati Companies. Associate level sponsors, American Family Insurance, the Tom Mayfield Agency, Bovard Insurance Group, Community America Credit Union, Country Club Bank, Dale Brothers and State Tractor, First Federal Bank of Kansas City. These are a few of generous sponsors, and we will hear more about them later. But right now, I would like to talk about the second purpose of the Hall of Fame event, our inductees. Not only does this event fund our ever so important and life-changing scholarship fund, it also recognizes some amazing leaders and organizations in our region who have contributed greatly to the field of education. Starting in 1996, the Hall of Fame has recognized some pretty incredible people over the years. People such as Buck O'Neill, Crosby Kemper III, Thomas Block, Chiefs Hall of Famer Will Shields, and KCKCC's own Dr. Paul Jewell. We have recognized esteemed organizations such as Hope Academy, the Junior League, the Hallmark Foundation, and so many more. This year's inductees are no different. We are honored to introduce you to the first of our 2020-2021 Hall of Fame inductees. Leavenworth Public Schools Education Foundation, celebrating 20 years of giving this year. The Leavenworth Public Schools Education Foundation has existed to support the students, staff, and faculty of the Leavenworth School District. It serves as an advocacy group for public education, preparing students for future successes, and ensuring a strong community. With donations from local businesses, alumni, community members, and staff, the foundation continues to invest in students by using resources for a variety of programs that enhance the teaching and learning environment in Leavenworth, including Bridging the Summer Reading Gap, the LHS Pioneer Mentoring Program, the Teacher of the Year Award, Girls on the Run, Great Western Manufacturing Backpack Buddies, and the Horizon Scholar Gala, among many others. The foundation facilitates the Horizon Kids before and after school program, which is located at each elementary school in the district, providing families with affordable child care options. In addition, each fall, the foundation awards more than $60,000 to support innovative teacher grants, which are used to fund special projects, field trips, and equipment purchases that expand beyond the traditional offerings of a classroom. Since it was created 20 years ago, the foundation has raised more than $2.5 million. Here to accept their award, the director of the Leavenworth Public Schools Education Foundation, Katie Edwards, and Holly Pittman, president of the board of directors for the foundation. Welcome to the stage.
Wow, thank you so much for this prestigious award. On behalf of the Leavenworth Education Foundation, I would like to thank the Hall of Fame and its review board for honoring us with this award. The kids, the families, and the teachers of Leavenworth so appreciate this honor.
Our mission with the Leavenworth Public Schools Education Foundation is to partner with the community to provide extraordinary education for our Leavenworth students. This honor really recognizes that. And under our mission, we kind of work with the word inspire as part of our logo. And we feel inspired by this to continue our work in inspiring our young people for success. Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Katie and Holly. Congratulations to the Leavenworth Public Schools Education Foundation. Next, we're going to hear from one of our KCKCC scholarship recipients. You are in for a great story.
My name is Christian Anderson. I live in Shawnee, and I'm enrolled at KCKCC in the music program. I really liked the feel of the music program here, and especially with the emphasis on jazz, because I really love jazz, always have. Well, my family has always encouraged me. They've always tried to help me achieve my goals and what I want to do. I'm a member of the drama club at KCKCC. I've always been interested in theater. I've done it as long as I could. I love it there. In the music program, I'm involved in our chamber choir, and I'm also involved in the standard vocal jazz ensemble. It means the world to me that I've received the scholarship. I don't really have to worry about paying for anything. It covers all the bills, the tuition, the books, everything, so I can really just focus on my education rather than all of that. On my plans career-wise, I'd really like to go into being a choir director at a high school level. I'd absolutely love to be able to have the opportunity to pay it forward for future students with the scholarships and foundations and donations and all of that. Attending Kansas City, Kansas Community College has impacted my life greatly for the better, absolutely. I wouldn't know half the stuff I know and about the subject that I really enjoy and love if I hadn't been able to come here, especially with the music program that we have and the emphasis that they place on certain things that I enjoy, especially with jazz. It's a really great and exciting thing to be able to be here and to learn all of that. My plans after I graduate, I hope to go to K-State to finish out my bachelor's in music education, and I plan to go somewhere to get my master's, but I haven't figured that one out yet. To the donors that help support the scholarship, I would just really like to say thank you, really from the bottom of my heart, because it's a wonderful thing that you can do this for students, especially those who, they might not have the opportunity to be here if it weren't for this. And it's a wonderful thing that you guys do for that. So thank you.
Wow, that was so inspirational. Thank you, Christian. This is why we are here and hosting this event, to show you all how our amazing KCKCC students all You all already know you are our alumni, friends, and supporters. Christian is just one. There are so many students just like him who are working so hard to achieve their educational goals and have aspirations to go off and do amazing things in the world. If you want to support the KCKCC Student Scholarship Fund, it is so easy. You can simply go to kckcc.edu/foundation. There is a red Give button at the top of the page, or click the link in the chat. There is even a QR code right here on the screen you can scan with your camera on your phone. All gifts can be made securely through our website. Our next Hall of Fame inductee is Miss Mary Ann Flunder, posthumously. A committed leader in the community, Flunder was known for her tireless efforts to help the community she cared deeply about. For the last 50 years of her life, Flunder served on more than 50 boards, either locally, statewide, or nationally. She spent more than 20 years as a member of the KCKCC Board of Trustees and was the director of the Office of Minority Affairs for the University of Kansas. It was in this role that she was challenged to recruit high-caliber minority students in the fields of engineering and health, and was instrumental with the creation of the Upward Bound program, which still exists and supports college-bound students from lower socioeconomic households. She has received numerous awards, including the Outstanding Service Award from the State of Kansas Federation of Democratic Women, the NAACP Humanitarian Award, and the Merit Award from Turner House, among others. Her most notable achievement was in 2015, when she was invited to attend the State of the Union address in Washington, D.C. during President Barack Obama's term. She continued to be an advocate for education until her death in March 2016. And her contributions to the education community, as well as students, will have a long-lasting impact. Here to accept the Hall of Fame Award on behalf of their mother, Castina Cooper and Thayla Sherry. Welcome to the stage.
Good afternoon. On behalf of Mary Ann Flunder's family, we sincerely appreciate this award. We know our mother worked tirelessly and effortlessly to really help young people in education and all their endeavors. We sincerely appreciate this award, and we know it meant so much to her. Once again, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Castina and Thayla. What a lovely tribute to your mother. Now, I want to introduce one of our KCKCC employees, Dr. Mahir Shand.
My name is Dr. Mahir, and I I serve as the Director for Institutional Effectiveness. KCKCC has the most spirited and committed faculty and staff that care for students and the community. If you look at whether the demographic profile or the intellectual profile KCKCC has, it is very diversified. The scholarships gives students a hope that not only they can pursue college, but also hope that somebody trusts them. Somebody is looking over them. We owe everything we have to our students and to our colleges. It is very important for donors to give the best they can, whatever they can, because it instills confidence. It shows them that we care for our students and we care for our community. Kansas City, Kansas Community College students are spirited, whether it's a sketch that they're drawing down the hall, whether it's a music recital, whether it's a classroom. I see there's hope in students. I see that students are aspired to whether be ready for workforce, whether to transfer to a four-year institution, whether it's to go back to take care of their jobs or families. I see a committed student body, and also I see a committed faculty and staff that are here to help students to pursue their dreams and goals. the best part of my job is to see this every day happening on campus. Give as much as you can and give generously, not just because you're making a difference, but you're making a difference not only to the communities you're giving, to the students you're giving, but to yourself, because our existence lies in the community's overall health. Our existence lies in Kansas City, Kansas Community College being an educational provider, serving the regional needs. And we get stronger, we become stronger when we give, when we take care of each other. So give.
Our next inductee is someone very near and dear to KCKCC. Alan Hoskins, the Public Information Supervisor at KCKCC for 30 years. Alan Hoskins continued his service to the college after retirement in 2013 as Sports Information Director. Inducted into the KCKCC Athletic Hall of Fame in 2015, he received the KCKCC Employee of the Year Award in 2009 and the NISOD Excellence Award in 2008. In his role as a Public Information Supervisor, Hoskins' stories on KCKCC events, achievements, Hall of Famers, retirees, athletics, and more filled pages of area newspapers and in-house publications. Profiles, alumni and friends, and on campus. He also regularly helped organize KCKCC trips abroad for students, faculty, and staff, making nearly 40 trips abroad in a 20-year period, starting in 1999. A graduate of the University of Iowa with a BA in journalism, Hoskins works for newspapers in Muscatine and Ottumwa, Iowa, and the Kansas City Kansan, and most recently, Tea Time Golf Magazine. He is the author of coffee table-sized books, Warpaths, the only history of the Kansas City Chiefs, the first 25 years of Wolf Creek Golf Course, named Iowa Sports Writer of the Year in 1969. He's the only two-time recipient of the O.P. Smith Media Award given by the Greyhound Track Operators. Alan, welcome to the stage.
When Jerry Toney founded the Hall of Fame in 1996, my job was to interview and write stories on each of the inductees. And we'd use those for various publications, and Phil Witt would use them for introductions. What it was for me, it was a blast because it was so much fun. I was just in awe of the people who came and were inducted in this Hall of Fame. The credentials they had were just amazing. And they were so flattered that I would talk to them. And so it was just an evening of joy. But as I got to thinking, I'm joining that group, that's a pretty darn big honor. So much, kind of mind-boggling, really. But I also got to thinking, do I really belong in this group of us elite people? Probably not, but I'm sure glad a lot of people did. Besides, when I was 4 years old, I had polio, and I didn't think I deserved that either. One thing I do know is I do have a Hall of Famer in my family. My daughter, Ginger French, has taught at this college for 30 years. The first 9 was in adult education, the last 21 years in the math department. Ginger's a very special girl. She has a daughter born with spina bifida, so she's paralyzed from the waist down. But worse yet, she had born with Cri du Chat, which is severe physical and mental retardation and requires round-the-clock care. But the one thing, Ginger would come in every day, big smile, and she'd start her work right at the basis, the foundation of education, the ground level, in the classroom, where she would work with first-year students, second-year students, and provide the help, the guidance they needed, and hopefully the encouragement they needed to continue their education. She had every bit as much passion and desire and drive as any of the Hall of Famers that I talked to. I know this because I saw her in action. I talked to students who told me how much they respected and admired her. I've read their evaluations. They were overwhelmingly in favor of her. She was the hardest working student I've ever had and the hardest working teacher. To all the people who made this honor possible, my utmost thanks. It will be an honor I will cherish forever.
Thank you, Alan, and congratulations on your Hall of Fame induction. Much deserved. Our next guest is another very special donor, Rich Piper, director of the KCKCC Technical Education Center.
My name is Rich Piper. I am Director of Technical Programs here at the Tech Ed Center. If I may share a quick story, there was a young man about 3 years ago coming in May, was paying for his graduation fees, and he was one of our evening welding students. And we got to talking. He said, Rich, I want to let you know that the $500 scholarship that I received from the foundation was the difference of me finishing or not. It happened in his third semester. He had his car break down, and he goes, I wouldn't have finished. And he goes, I want to share with you, kind of like Paul Harvey would say, the rest of the story, that I got on at Martinea, and Martinea started him at $24 an hour. He then went, after 90 days, because of his tremendous welding skills, he got advanced training, and Martinea then moved him up to $28 an hour. So I want those folks, when you're talking about a chance to give back, a chance of leveling the social and economic injustice, right there is a perfect example. Also, those who are looking on return on investment, figure what $500 did allowing a young man to finish who has a family. And now and this is 3 years ago, making over $28 an hour. Do the math on that. It's over $50K a year, mid-50s. $500. What is the rate of return on that? The impact that we're making because of a small contribution is just enormous. Its impact on families. Our average age of our students is 31 years old, so many of them have families. So it's not just giving to that student and making an impact on that student, it's making an impact on a family, one family at a time. The most rewarding is working with everybody who's here, the students that come in. It's the whole training process, and I keep using the word impact, but that's what it is, because our students are coming in to get trained in 9 to 11 months or 4 semesters at night, so they can go make a better wage, a more self-sustaining wage for themselves and their families. So the impact that we're making on our community, one student at a time, one family at a time, that's the most rewarding part. What I love about KCKCC is our diversity. We're here on the front lines every single day, knowing that we as a faculty and staff, every day are in the trenches of leveling that social and economic playing field every day. We see it when our students graduate. Every day we have that opportunity. Every day we make an impact. And that's what I love about the opportunity to serve here at KCKCC.
Thank you so much, Rich. That was lovely. What a testament to the impact of what our scholarships do. Life-changing. I want to remind you all watching right now that you can help these students too. No donation is too small, and it all adds up to make a huge impact. Did you know that over 70% of KCKCC students receive some sort of financial aid, your gift can make an immediate impact in the lives of students. It's so easy to do it. Simply go to kckcc.edu/foundation. There is a red give button at the top of the page, or click the link in the chat. There is even a QR code right here on the screen. You can scan with your camera on your phone. All gifts can be made securely through our website. I want to say thank you to our Blue Devil Lunch and Trade sponsor, Pipe Fitters Local Union 533 in Kansas City, Missouri. Thank you for your support. How many of you out there are enjoying a delicious Blue Devil lunch tray? Please share in the comments. Give us your photos and thoughts on the food prepared by our awesome culinary students. We want to see our sponsors and donors enjoying their food. I can't wait to enjoy mine. Artichoke and pasta primavera, fresh strawberries, chocolate dipped strawberries. I'm getting hungry. Now back to our inductees. Our next inductee is Miss Maxine Drew. A native of Wyandotte County, Drew is the immediate past president and current member of the Kansas City, Kansas Board of Education. Her passion for her community stems from her upbringing, love for education, and willingness to work. A product of the KCK School District, she attended Grant Elementary School, Northeast Junior High School, and Sumner High School before attending what was then KCK Junior College. She then earned a bachelor's degree in history from Park University and a master's degree in teaching curriculum and instruction from the University of St. Mary in Leavenworth. She served as a social studies teacher at West Middle School for more than 35 years, working closely with parents as a family advocate to help set goals for the academic and emotional success of their children, and believes that every child should have a right to and be given the opportunity to receive a quality education. Drew was trained in the Behavior Intervention Support Team program and implemented a variety of changes for middle school students while a part of the program. In addition to her dedication to education, she has been involved in other community programs, including assisting in providing a safety net for victims of domestic violence and as a leader in the State of Kansas Kaw Valley District Youth Department. Maxine, welcome to the stage.
I am so honored to be here today and grateful to be the recipient of this Kansas City, Kansas Community College Hall of Fame Award. I would like to thank the Kansas City, Kansas Public School District for the motivation of learning I gained as a student, paraprofessional, teacher, and instructional coach. When I began as a teacher in the Kansas City, Kansas School District, I struggled with not knowing how to empower students to reach their fullest potential. Through training within the district, I learned to be assertive and motivate students to engage and move forward to do what works best for them through developing positive changes. As I developed and became motivated as a school board member, I have found a passion to stay connected to building and communicating to the community toward advocating for public education. As a board member, I have grown like a tree with different branches, but the roots are still the same. I am proud to be on a team that creates opportunities by taking on challenges to help students gain success. I would like to recognize my mother, B. Ethel Smitty, and say thank you for being the foundation of my learning. Her guidance has helped me to develop to be the best person that I am today. Through it all, she taught her children to maintain and connect as a family. She taught her children to be successful and to achieve their goals in life. Her words of wisdom were, if your current situation is not what you want, don't quit. Stay there until you can move to a better position. I am appreciative of receiving this award for the work that I have done. I have learned that motivating is a tool that will help me to achieve and show students how to reach toward excellence. I will always treasure this award and will continue to be the best that I can be. Thank you.
Congratulations, Maxine, great job. Now we're going to hear from another one of our fantastic KCKCC students.
My name is Toriana Wright. I am doing elementary education because I love working with children. My goal is to inspire the next generation, and I think I can do that with that path, so that's why I want to be a teacher. I chose to attend KCKCC. It was an affordable option. I really loved the teachers there. My family was always very supportive, and they kind of pushed from a young age, like go to college. So they kind of instilled it in my mind, but not only that, it kind of lined up with what I wanted my career to be. So they were very supportive and they encouraged me to go, and I also wanted to go. So they kind of just gave me an extra push. After I graduate from KCKCC, I'm actually attending K-State. Right now I'm in the K-Step Up program. So it's a elementary education program through KCKCC that takes me up to K-State, and I've already been accepted, so that's my next step. I'm actually the running president of Drama Club right now, so it's really fun. The environment is awesome. I was actually doing theater when I first got here, so it's nice to be doing elementary education, but also still being a part of drama club and theater and still like learning and acting with my peers, so that's awesome. Kansas City, Kansas Community College has impacted my life in a lot of different ways. I've made connections, I've learned about different cultures. I love all of my professors, I learned so much from them. Even the advising team, they're so supportive. So I would just say it helped me realize like school is a fun place. Like we can learn, but we can also grow from each other and have fun while doing it. If I hadn't received this scholarship, I would probably be working more to try to help out my family and pay for my education. So I might not be able to take as many classes or might not be able to do as well as I want, give the school the attention that I think it needs. So it would be a lot harder for sure. I would love to maybe donate one day or become a donor or help fund scholarships like this, just to, like kind of give it back or give back to students who were in the same position I was in that were just struggling. I would love to help and do that. I would like to say thank you to all the donors. I just want them to realize how much it means to me and other students who receive the scholarship. It can give you the extra push to go to school or realize that it's attainable. So it's just really helpful, and I think all of the recipients would say we really appreciate you.
Is there a dry eye out there? Our KCKCC students are so amazing. What a great person and story. Thank you so much for sharing. I have to remind you all again, your donations help these students get their degrees and certificates. These students are achieving their educational goals and going out into their communities to make a difference. Because of you. You are changing their lives. So many of our students are first generation, getting financial aid, receiving scholarships. KCKCC keeps tuition very affordable and offers robust financial aid packages because we don't want anyone to have to take out a student loan. We are helping to break that cycle of poverty, change the direction these families are going, and help students to achieve their goals. This is what we are doing here today. We want to help as many people, not just in Wyandotte County, but anyone who wants to go to college or learn a trade, achieve their dreams. We can do this by helping to provide more scholarships. Go to kckcc.edu/foundation and click the red donate button or scan the QR code on your screen. Now, last but certainly not least, someone who is Miss Pamela M. Lewis Walden. A longtime educator at KCKCC, Lewis Walden has blessed the community with her guidance, commitment, and absolute support. After earning a Bachelor of Arts in English Education from Kansas State University and a Master of Arts in English Literature from Emporia State University, Lewis Walden held positions at the high school level as well as ESU before coming to KCKCC in 1967, where she was a member of the English department until her retirement in 2002. She created the English as a Second Language program to accommodate the influx of new refugees after the Vietnam War, then expanded it to attract the local KCK Hispanic community. As Director of Honors Education, Lewis Walden infiltrated the honors tutorials with projects from Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society until the Mu Delta chapter and KCKCC's honors program were judged first internationally among two-year colleges for scholarly performance, service projects, and leadership capabilities. She received numerous awards, including the Phi Theta Kappa's Giles Most Distinguished Advisor Award, the Spirit Award from the KCKCC Intercultural Center, the KCKCC Certificate of Appreciation for Contributions to Education, and the Chair Academy's Outstanding Regional Leadership Award, and many others. In 2016, Pam was one of the others to establish the Henry Lewis Center for Transitional Justice, which empowers women, families, and communities globally through education. Closer to home, she was instrumental in rehoming the Cooper Foreman Heirloom Gardens to the KCKCC campus. She continues to work tirelessly on its education value, maintenance, and volunteers. She continues to demonstrate a commitment to education through her volunteer efforts and has blessed the community with her guidance, commitment, and support. Pam, welcome to the stage.
Good afternoon. Our nation, city, and college have undergone terrible trauma in the past year. Just as each of us could describe our individual sacrifices, so could Kansas City, Kansas Community College. The classrooms have been empty, yet teaching continued. Now as citizens, we are thankful. Thankful to KCKCC for bringing us to this moment in safety. I begin by thanking the individual who disinfected this area where I'm standing. And thank you next to President Mosier, our lighthouse master, who has made us wear a mask even as we worked in the Cooper Foreman Garden. We respect his arduous task during the pandemic and for all the creative and enduring projects for which he's been responsible in such a short amount of time in his tenure. I want to thank the Board of Trustees for their diligence and honorable service to higher education. As a group, you've steadied the ship and provided a smooth sail. Thank you to the Foundation generally for bringing this event together. There is the Hall of Fame Review Committee who has certainly played a pivotal role for which I am grateful. Then Sharon Ramsey has had to be inventive to bring our audience together and to make sure that the Mid-America Hall of Fame does not die away with the pandemic. Kudos to her for manipulating the event via all the technology possible. Also, thank you to those people working with her in the office and those working here operating this technology. Finally, I am most grateful to my two colleagues who thought me worthy of this honor. I question my place on the wall. My mind wanders to all the good times we've had working together. Dr. Stacy Tucker was the coordinator of service learning while I was the director of honors education. We literally worked day and night, some weekends and summers, training and sponsoring honor students traveling with them for projects that led to their winning awards at multiple levels in Phi Theta Kappa and the National Honor Society. Dr. Sandra Osborne was the third member of our trio. I'm so gratified to know that Stacy continues our work as the Director of Honors Education, continuing to teach our talented youth their potential. After retirement, I have been blessed to find tremendous value in a post-collegial relationship with Professor Ewa Yunoki as he invited me into his work, extending education beyond the borders of the United States. I thank him for the rich experiences we have shared as we attempt to lift the materially poor and intellectually deprived into the enlightenment through education. Our reward is their excitement. Absences and dropping out do not exist in their world. We've established a middle school, a high school, and now a 2-year college. I don't know why the two of you have nominated me when you've given me so much, but I'm here to thank you both for the privilege of working with you, for your ongoing work, and for your nomination. Thank you.
Congratulations, Pam. What an impressive career and such dedication to KCKCC. Thank you so much for all you do. We want to give a special thanks to our supporter level sponsors: Aetna, Benefits Design Group, CNC Group, Commerce Bank, Randy Kernau Buick GMC, Delta Innovative Services, Inc., Design Mechanical, Inc., Heartland Print and Design, NICE, the National Institute for Construction Excellence, Novak Burks PC, Kansas State University, Olathe, Dwayne Shaw, Dr. Melanie and Doug Simpson, Sumner One, United Rotary Brush, Matt Watkins, Reese Commercial Real Estate. We also want to give a special thanks to the Ash family, Loretta Bates, Bern Polofsky and Associates, Dr. Tiffany Bone, Dr. Ray and Joan Daniels, Margaret McCoy, Charles Reeds, Turning Point Training and Development, and Sherry and Donald Taylor for all of their support. Congratulations again to all of our inductees. Thank you to the amazing KCKCC culinary students and faculty for the fabulous meal this afternoon. To all of our wonderful sponsors, donors, and to those who purchase luncheon platters, we could not do this without your support. Thank you to the KCKCC Board of Trustees and the KCKCC Foundation Board members for their support and guidance, especially Matt Watkins and Tom Mayfield, who are on the Programs and Events Committee. Also, to the KCKCC faculty and staff, many of you are donors and support our students in so many ways. We thank you for all you do. And a special thank you to our foundation staff, Mary Spangler, Foundation Director, Audrey Alexander, Administrative Assistant, and Scholarship Coordinator, Sharon Ramsey, Director of Development. Please save the date for next year's Hall of Fame event. We hope to be in person Saturday, April 23rd, 2022. And thank you to all of our KCKCC students for being the reason we are here and the future of our community. We all wish you the best as you continue to pursue your dreams. Have a great afternoon, everyone.